Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Nanya Jambal, MBBA student at Gmc Jammu, and I hope you all are doing great. And if any one of you is going through tough times, I would say trust God and trust time. You have fought many battles, and you will fight this also, and you will definitely win this. Firstly, I would apologize for not uploading any video from the past few months, and I will not give any excuse here because I know if you really want to do something, there can never be any excuse. It was not like that I did not shoot any video. I vlogged a lot of things, but by the time I had time to edit those videos, it was too late, and I dropped the idea of uploading those videos, so I deleted them. And today finally I'm here making a video, and I hope I will upload this. So the topic of today's video is how I migrated from Skims to GMC Jammu. So since the time I have migrated from Skims to GMC, many of you have been asking, and many of you have been curious about, like, how I am a student of two medical colleges and how I migrated from Skims, or like how can you migrate. So I have been receiving a lot of DMs on my Instagram. By the way, if you don't follow me on my Instagram, you can follow me at the rate ananyajambal16. अपने चैनल पर अपनी प्रमोशन करना बनता है. Yeah, I've been receiving a lot of DMs, and many of you have been commenting on my YouTube channel also that you want me to make a video on migration. So today I am going to share like how I migrated from Skims to GMC Jammu. Firstly, I'm going to tell you what is migration, and then I'm going to tell you what is the criteria of migration. Then I'll come to the steps of migration, and then I'll go to the detail of every step. In between, I will share my experience also, like how I was the last person of my batch, that is batch 2018, and who got migrated, and how, what was my migration journey, how I was denied migration, and like how I just lost hope that I will be migrated. So I'm going to share all this. Many like very few people know about this story, and I would say don't skip this video, because then you will not understand what I'm saying. I'm going to go in a very systematic manner. So firstly, what is migration? Migration is when you transfer from one medical college to the other, and it can happen in two ways. Like, number one is it is a mutual process. For example, you have someone who will come to your college in your place, and you will go to to the college of that person. So it is a mutual process. And second is migration can also happen on the basis of vacancy. Vacancy is like, sometimes children drop out of their medical curriculum, and or maybe they get a good college, and they drop out in between MBBS. So a vacancy is created, so you can migrate on the basis of vacancy also. So these are the two ways in which you can migrate, and this is what migration is all about. Now coming to the criteria of migration. See, when I was getting migrated, and when I was stuck in the process of migration, I like searched a lot of things about migration, because I really didn't knew that why I was being stopped from getting migrated. So I surfed the internet, and I found a lot of things. So what I'm going to tell you is from a very authentic source. You can find it on Google also. You have to search GME regulations on Google, and you will get a PDF, and that holds a lot of rules and regulations that MCI had made, that is now NMC. So you will get a PDF, and in that PDF there are specific chapters, and chapter number 33, chapter number 33 is migration. If you will read that chapter, you will get to know a lot of things. But since that PDF is of 100 plus pages, so to make it easy for you, I am here to explain things what you need to know, and I'm going to tell you all about. So the three criterias of migration is: migration firstly occurs on very, sympathetic grounds. Like, it will not happen on routine grounds. It will not happen for everyone. So there needs to be a specific reason for it. So what the MCI had made, like the three grounds on which you can get migrated, was: number one was the death of a supporting guardian, number two was illness of a candidate causing any disability, and number three was any disturbance in the area in which the medical college is. So that disturbance has to be verified by the government that yes, there is disturbance in that particular area, and then you can apply for the migration process. So this is about what is migration, and this is about what is the criteria of migration. Now let me come to the steps of migration. Number one is you have to apply for migration. I will get into how you can apply and what you have to do. Firstly, let me list the steps of migration. Number one is you apply for migration. Number two is you get a letter from the secretariat that yes, your file has been approved, and now you have to get the NOCs. NOCs means no objection certificate. So this is the second step. You get the letter from the secretariat. The third is you have to get the NOCs from four places. What are those four places I will get into further in this video. So number four is when you get the NOCs, you have to submit it to the secretariat, and you have to wait for a certain time, and then you receive a order. That order is a government order, and that makes it that clears that you are migrated now and you have been transferred. So that is a kind of transfer order that you receive. Now that is the almost a final procedure, final step of migration. After you get that order, you have to go to your new college, that is the college in which you have been transferred, and you have to give that order, and you have to give few documents, and you have to get your admission finally. Okay, so these are the steps. I know it is a very lengthy procedure, but I will try to make it as simple as I can, because many students get confused and many of you have been asking me. Also, it takes me a lot of time to type such a long message. So here I am making a video. So number one, I will start with every step, and I'll go into the detail of every step. Number one is how you can apply for the migration, where you have to apply, when you have to apply. Okay, so the first step is you have to apply for the migration within first month, within 1 month of your declaration of your first year MBBS result. That is, suppose if your result gets declared on 1st of March, you have to file your application in the secretariat within before 31st of March. So that is the thing that you have to do. If you don't file your application within 1 month, you are you are clearly out of the process. So now many of your students ask me that what if I get fail in one of the subjects of first year of MBBS. So I would say I have seen cases in which they consider those also, but that is a very rare thing. Like, it can happen only if the number of candidates that have to be migrated are not fulfilled. Like, if there is a vacancy, then they can consider your case. But the first and the foremost priority is given to those who have cleared their first year MBBS. Okay, now when you file your application, you have to submit three things. Number one is you have to give a joint application. The application should be given to the secretary of ARI department of civil secretariat. In case of Jammu and Kashmir, you have to write civil secretariat J&K, and if you are of any other state, you have to write an application to the ARI department of civil secretariat of your state. So ARI department, you have it in every secretariat. So you have to write it to the secretary of ARI department Jammu and Kashmir, and you have to write the subject that mutual. If you have a mutual, if you can write it on the subject as mutual, and if you are applying for a vacancy, you can write accordingly. So when you write the application, that is the one thing, and that is a joint application that should have a signature of you and your mutual also. Number two is you have to give a joint affidavit, and that affidavit should also have your signs of you and your mutual, and that should state the reason that why you are getting migrated. So let me make it clear that it is not that you have to give your reason also and you have to give your mutual's reasons also. No, you have to give only one joint reason, and that you can decide that whether you think that your reason is can be considered as a priority, or your mutual's reason can be considered as a priority. You can decide it on yourself, and you can state that common reason in that affidavit, and you can file that affidavit. Number three, you have to file the result of your first year MBBS, and that you have to that should contain your university roll number, your marks of first year, and your that pass should be written in front of that. You can take a printout of your PDF that comes in on the university site, and you can highlight your name and your marks, and you can submit it. You have to submit this of your yourself also, and of your mutuals also. Okay, so sometimes students ask me that, ma'am, what we have to do if we don't have a mark sheet? You don't require your mark sheet. Mark sheet is something else. They don't need to see your specific marks of every subject. They just need to see that whether you have passed your MBBS, first year MBBS, or not. So you have to you have to just take a printout of the PDF of your result, and you have to highlight it, and you have to submit it. Okay, so these are the three things. You will submit your joint application, your joint affidavit, and the copy of your result. So when you submit it within the first month of your result declaration of first year MBBS, then you have to just wait. And I don't know that what time till what time you have to wait, because sometimes many of you will lose hope, because not every one of you will get migrated. That is up to the secretariat, that they decide that who are the priority cases and who are the priority files that need to be approved. So I would say just file the application and leave it up to God that whether you will get migrated or not. Just don't keep any hopes. Okay, so if your file gets approved, you will be called upon, and you will be given a letter that you need to, since it is a government procedure, you need to keep a check. Like, you can go twice a month or like thrice a month, and you can go and ask that what is the status of your file. They will make you clear that whether your file is being approved or not, whether it is in the process. Though that things you will come to know when you file your application. So when you after a particular time of 2 months or like 1.5 month, you will receive a letter, and that letter will say that you have to get NOCs from 4 places, and those 4 places will be your college, and the university that is governing your college, and the college and university of your mutual. Okay, these are the 4 places from which you need to get the NOC. So NOC is like, you will go to your college and you will tell the principal that this is the order and I need a NOC from you, sir. So he will make a letter that yes, I have no objection if this student gets migrated, and your mutual gets back to in your place and gets admission to that respective college. So this is the NOC, and similarly you will get NOC from university. Like, for example, since in my case I was studying in Skims, and my university was Skims Sora. So I had to get NOC from Skims, my college, Skims Medical College, and from Skims University, that is in Sora. And I had to get NOC from GMC Jammu as well as from University of Jammu. So if you are getting migrated to GMC Srinagar, in that case your university will be University of Kashmir, and then the likewise you can see that what your college and what your university is. So when you get these NOCs, coming to the fourth step, you get the NOCs and you submit it back to the secretariat that yes, we have fulfilled the criteria and we have given the NOCs. So then like, it is like 70 to 80% that yes, you will get an order because you have fulfilled the criteria. So when you submit the NOCs after maybe like 1 or 2 months, you have to go and you have to keep asking that what is the status of your file, because it is the government procedure. Because it is a government procedure, it takes time, and I think that everyone is well aware of it. So when you receive back the order, that is the fourth or fifth step, whatever it is, you receive that order, and it is a government order. It will have a specific number attached to it, and you receive that order. It will state that you have been transferred to your respective college, and to the college that is maybe your dream college or whatever. So you have to take that order to your new college. For example, for me it was GMC Jammu. So you have to take that order to your administrative section of that college, and then you have to submit a few documents, like for you have to submit a copy of your first year result. You have to submit your 10th and 12th mark sheet, and there are a few documents also. You have to give some photographs, and you have need to sign at a few places, and then you can give the admission fees, and then you can get admitted to your new college, and you can spend the rest of your MBBS there. So this was all about the migration process. I hope I have made it very clear, and I have tried to make it as simple as I can. So, coming to my story, I will sum it up in a very few lines. What was it and how I was denied? So, in the process of my migration, firstly, I was not getting migrated because migration is 5% of the total intake capacity of your college. For example, in my batch, that is 2018 batch, GMC Jammu has 150 students. So 5% of 150 is 7.5, which approximates to 8. Okay. So in a year, only 8 students will get migrated. It is not that 8 students from GMC Srinagar will also get, 8 students from Skims will also get. No, in total, combining all the medical colleges, only 8 students will get migrated. That is mutual migration I'm talking about. So when I was getting migrated in about like April or May, the order came and those 8 students got their order, but I did not receive any order. So I was not getting migrated. But what happened is, one of the student who got his order, he was our senior, and like migration happens only in second year, and he received his order, but he was in his late second, like he was about to enter his pre-final. So he had given his send-ups, and he was technically in his clinical year, that is the pre-final year. So he was not eligible for migration, but still he had got that letter to get the NOCs. But his college denied him the NOC, and so he was not able to get migrated. So that vacancy was left, and somehow I got to know that yes, there is a vacancy, and that student has not received NOC. So I applied, like I had already applied, but I went to the secretariat and I told them that this is the case, and then they called that student, and they made it clear that yes, there he has no chance of getting migrated. So then the process of my file getting approved and all that started. But what happened was, when I had to get a NOC, I got NOC from GMC Jammu, I got NOC from University of Jammu, but I did not get NOC from Skims. And I got a letter claiming that I was in the clinical year of my MBBS, and my migration was not possible, which I think was a complete joke, because the authorities which are governing the migration process, if they have given you the letter, they have obviously seen it, and they have obviously checked that whether you fall in the criteria or not. So I don't know why that happened with me, but still that really made me very angry. And that was the time when I surfed internet, when I found out things that, so that I can prove them that yes, I was right and they were wrong. I was not in the clinical year of my MBBS. So I read those 100 pages of that PDF, and I finally found a line written in which it was mentioned that the clinical year was the third year of MBBS, and the second year was the paraclinical year. So it was the preclinical year. So that is the line that saved me, and I highlighted that line, and I took the printout of that PDF, and I went to my principal, and then I talked to the concerned authorities, whoever they were, and I finally got the NOC. And even after that, the government order was delayed, like I don't know, because of COVID also, the process got delayed a lot. But finally I got my order on 1st December 2020, and then the you know most unexpected thing that happened after the order was, like, I got admission on 14th of December 2020 in GMC Jammu, and on 18th of December I had my first terminal exams of my second year. So I had only 4 days, but still the exams went okay. I was able to do. So that is the story, and the lesson I learned was that you should always stand up for right. If you know that you are right, you should stand up for yourself. You should have your own voice, and because your voice is your power and nobody else is going to speak it for you. Okay, so you only know that how you can prove yourself right. So do it and never step back if you are right. So this is all about the video, and I know it is a long video. So thank you for watching it till the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you hopefully in the next videos, and I'm going to get regular on YouTube hopefully. So till then, keep watching, keep loving. I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.